here in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. On one sideline, there's the head coach of the Browns. His guys need to get this turned around. 1-5. Disappointing start to the season. And on the other side, the Steelers head coach. His team fell on the road last week trying to turn things around in front of the home folks here. Mike Tirico, my partner Greg Olson, set to bring this to you. Kaimi Fairbairn getting this one started. Off we go from the Steel City. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
So you take a look at last week's game, Mike, and you certainly wouldn't say that he played poorly. I mean, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's a clean slate. But when you talk to his coaches, they said they haven't seen him this motivated to bounce back after a loss in his entire career. So he's had a great week of practice. He's really challenging the guys around him to elevate their standard. And if it's any indication of how today is going to go, I think we're in for a treat.
They'll go again with Johnson. Whoa. Just pushing defenders out of the way as he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
And the Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Back to throw. You look underneath here for Johnson. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They'll run out of the gun with Johnson. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. An injured player on the field. That is Myles Garrett being tended to. They cannot lose him. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Flowers with the catch. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
That's good for the Steelers. First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Laporta in motion. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And is open middle of the field. It is caught. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15. A pickup of 21 on that connection. Good for a Steeler first down. In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. And he will score! Sam Pittsburgh. His 4th TD grab of the season.
Look, Mike, I don't want to imply that they drew this play up specifically because this is when the league is celebrating National Tight Ends Day. But you got to admit, it's kind of fun seeing him score on this day in particular and join his fellow tight ends who have also scored throughout the league.
Aubrey, good with the extra point. And the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. The return starts from the 5. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
In last week's game, the opponent just really neutralized him and, frankly, this entire passing game. Nobody was open. When they were, he missed some throws. Offensive line had some protection issues. It just overall was a poor performance. So they understand if they're going to come into today's game and have some success, they've got to find a way to get some explosive production.
Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Steelers think they've got one, and they do.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick throw, taken in. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Now, faking the give. Looking into the middle, there's Flowers. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
And on this first down, it's Johnson. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up
They'll send Flowers in motion.
at the 20-yard line.
He'll look to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
An 8-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Aubrey's kick is good. And the Steelers will extend to a 10-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Safe kick taken at the 5. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Browns offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Oh, the ball's out. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it. And
they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. One of the Steelers has it. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And, Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around him. Hey, we're giving you the ball in this next possession. We believe in you. They've got to get this player back into the flow of the game after that back-breaking turnover that led to the defensive touchdown.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This one deep in the landing zone. He'll return it from the 2. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. Derek Harmon getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive. A run with the former Buckeye, Quinshawn Judkins. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. 3rd and a long way to go. He'll drop to throw. He airs this one out looking for Mechie. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Steelers offense ready to take over once more. With a solid start so far. Touchdown and a field goal on their first 2 possessions. Brought in by Chris Olave. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Give it right up the middle. Here's Johnson. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a 1st down. An injured player on the field. That is Myles Garrett being tended to. They cannot lose him. They'll look to throw. That's a short one caught by Laporta.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Schultz, the motion man. On 2nd down, a run with Johnson. He looks forward for maybe a yard. Jeremiah Wusu-Koromoa in on the stop.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. And this is a long one. Officially 64-yard field goal attempt. That one's on target, and it is good from the other side of midfield. One of the longest field goals in NFL history. Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Browns offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. Open man is the tight end, Harold Fannin. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He'll get it to Fannin once more. And he'll get about 3 here on 2nd down before he's out of bounds. Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. He'll get this complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. On second down, it's Judkins. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
A gain of 6. That's good for a Browns first down.
They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And he'll work forward for about 4. It's second down.
So, Mike, this is a great example and a great moment to bring up why it's so important for these offenses to make everything look the same. Formationally, pre-snap movement, because the second that motion looks like a jet motion and he's going to get the ball as opposed to a traditional motion, these defenses are so in tune with all those little differences, they know it's coming and there's not going to be a lot of gain. Well, it's been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
What can they do here on third down and 7? Now they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
The Steelers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we give you a look at the league's leaders in receiving touchdowns, you can see he's second best among NFL running backs at this point in the year. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
Brings up second and 3 at the 31-yard line.
Open man, that's Flowers. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll send Flowers in motion.
42-yard line.
They'll throw out of the gun. He'll look middle here, and there's Olave. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
I think the defender thought he had himself a pick here, Mike. He saw that curl coming the entire way, but unfortunately for him, it was a curl and go. They took him deep. Leads to a huge pickup.
And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll run this over the center with Johnson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It is second and 9.
Brings up second and 9.
Back to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Mason Graham gets him for a loss of 4. And that'll set up third down.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive and what once looked like a promising drive.
And he's in! Trey Flowers! Touchdown Steelers! Touchdown number 7 for him on the year. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Browns offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. There's a screen set up for Judkins. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 11.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He's got his man complete. That's Judy. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. This is brought in downfield by Judy. Out of the gun, they'll give it to Judkins. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down. Oh, a loose football. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sacked, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Browns are on the board just before halftime.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. He's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to him with another drive here. Olave is the motion man. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw right side to Olave. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball. And it'll bring up 3rd down. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball, Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Back to the air one more time. This throw right is taken in by Flower. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
That's another Steelers first down.
They'll look to throw again. Got it into the hands of Olave. And now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout. And they'll get together prior to this second down play. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. This one from just under 50 yards. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Steelers going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Starting to feel like fall outside, isn't it? Week 7 on the schedule. Let's get right into it. Our trip around the NFL starts now. We begin at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. The Chargers at home to take on the Raiders in the AFC West. And this is Trey Harris. They'll get it out to him left side, and then he'll take it the rest of the way. And that's a 61-yard touchdown grab. The Chargers move their mark to 6-1 as they continue to play well here in the season's first half. Meanwhile, our game has not been all that competitive, a one-sided affair through 2 quarters. As we send you back out to the broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Here comes a return from the 3. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Browns offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Drive starts with a run by Judkins. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. From the 31, here is 2nd down and 5. They run it once more with Judkins. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. He'll look to throw. Open man is Douglas. It's complete. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. He'll drop to throw. On the quick slant, that's Judy. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. It looks like we've got an injured Brown on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll look to throw. That'll be caught by the running back, Judkins. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
14 more yards.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. That's into the hands of Judy on the right side. And they'll have 1st and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. keep this himself. Trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short. Once more from the 2. 3rd and goal. That one taken in. Jerry Jeudy. Touchdown Browns. His 4th TD grab of the season.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense and their running back set to go once more. He's been a machine in the red zone here first couple of months of the season. In fact, leading the NFL in rushing touchdowns. So the drive begins with a give to Johnson. And he'll take this to about the 28. Carson Schlesinger there on the stop. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Laporta in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. 11 yards on the pass there. That's a Steeler 1st down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. We'll go right back to Laporta. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and
a shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there, and they force 4th down. So that'll bring up 4th down, and that'll bring on Rigoberto Sanchez to punt. That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20-yard line. The Browns offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Open man downfield is Finn, the tight end. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. Now they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Jeudy. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. From the gun, a give to Judkins. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. Give him 27, and it's 1st and goal. They'll run it here, and here's Judkins. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. A look to the end zone, and it's broken up. Incomplete. There was no space, no separation that time. That's going to bring it to third and goal. They'll go with the sneak. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Cleveland. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. This taken at the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Steelers offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
On the give, it's Johnson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Give him 14 on that one. Good for a Steeler first down.
First and 10, 46-yard line.
On the RPO, quick throw to Olave. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup.
Schultz, the motion man.
At the 50-yard line.
Right back to Olave. He's got it again. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he will have a Steelers first down. Able to convert, albeit not by much. But they get it on 3rd and a yard.
43-yard line.
A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Johnson. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 5.
At the 38-yard line.
Back to throw. This one caught downfield by Flowers. And he will get into the end zone. Jay Flowers. Touchdown Steelers. That's a 2-touchdown game for numbers 7 and 8 for the season. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Browns offense and Quinshon Judkins making their way back out. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's out wide to Judkins. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
finding room at midfield. And they will finally run him down. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He'll step up and run.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Here's a designed run. He'll take off again.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
Now, faking the give. Look wide. Get this one complete. He will not be able to get to the edge. They shut him down. Taken down behind the line. And it's 4th down.
It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
Jaime Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Browns are back within 2 scores.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Now return coming from the 7. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. And this crowd certainly has liked what they have seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in. They have not disappointed, as they have the advantage here in the 4th. They'll start this on the ground with Johnson. And this is going to be a Steelers 1st down. He'll get this up past the 40-yard line. They'll go again with Johnson. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2. Another run here with Johnson. And I don't think he got there. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at 3rd down. Laporta in motion. He'll try to run for it with Johnson. 15-yard pickup there. That's a Steeler 1st down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, like, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game. At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Well, another catch for his favorite target. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. And he'll be out of bounds, down at the 20. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 20.
Laporta in motion. And it's left side and caught by Flowers. From the 20, here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 20-yard.
They'll look to throw yet again. He'll go right back to Flowers. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
This offensive line has to do a better job, Mike, of communicating the protection pre-snap, especially on these key third downs. The blitz overwhelms them from the jump, and now they're picking their quarterback off the ground.
Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Steelers add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. We'll start this drive with first down. Off he goes. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick. Picking up the first down.
A gain of 16 yards.
He'll look to throw. This is brought in downfield by Judy.
It's a gain of 20. That's another Browns first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's Judkins. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Second down, zone read, and he keeps it.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
They'll put him down right at the 20, but they'll also move the sticks. That is a first down picked up. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw, and he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Second down, they need 3. He'll drop to throw. Exiting the pocket right. And he's going to slide down with the first down inside the 5.
First down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. Demario Douglas, the intended target. And it'll bring up second and goal. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he'll take it on in. Harold Fannin. Touchdown, Browns. That his first touchdown this year. Now Fairbairn for the extra point. He's got it, and the Browns are able to cut into the deficit. This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
The Steelers' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here, and they'll take it with just over 90 seconds left on the clock. On the zone read, here's Johnson. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their second. It'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now as it comes with a minute 25 left to go in the contest. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Give it right up the middle. Here's Johnson. But he goes nowhere. Call doesn't pan out. It's going to bring up 4th down.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Aubrey's kick is good. And the Steelers will extend their lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So here are the Browns, down by 15. A little less than 40 seconds to go. Their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. He completes this one to Mechie. And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield. This is 1st and 10. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Oh, fine work there defensively. Got that hand in there. That pass is incomplete. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. A throw caught by Judy on the outside. And he'll get about 8 yards as he's ushered out of bounds. It'll set up 3rd down. Open man is Mechie. He's got it. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. They'll look to throw again. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as it'll come out to the 20.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
So this one in the win column for the Steelers. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their 2 scheduled matchups. A chance to go for the season sweep on the road later in the season. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the confluence of the 3 rivers in Pittsburgh.